Hey everybody, and welcome back to Mike's Garage. I got something really cool for you guys today. I just want to show you a little story about a project I just picked up. So let's get right into it. So recently my wife and I, we were looking for a camper originally, or a bus, or a van, or something that we could convert to a camper and have something to do and something to take on vacation. So recently we were on Facebook and we found this 87 Chevy B60. So I called up Caleb, my best friend of 10 years, and I said, hey, you want to drive 5.5 hours and go save a 30-year-old bus? And he said, absolutely. So that's what we did. We drove there 5.5 hours away to save this bus. So the bus had been sitting 20 years. The gentleman passed away who had it in 2004. He bought it in 99. He began to do work on it, never really quite finished. And so that's how we found it. We bought it from his grandson. So I'm from South Bend, Indiana, and this bus was in Evansville. And like I said, it sat 20 years. So we definitely had a project ahead of us. But me and Caleb knew that we could get it going, and so we got to work. So the first thing we did the day that we got there is we went and got a brand new battery and we stuck it in there and we turned the key to see what would happen. And nothing happened. And we found out later that we had a broken connecting rod that was pushed up into the valley. So we had to take the oil pan off and all that stuff and look at it. So we ended up actually going home after that. So we went all the way home. I bought a spare engine that we could take all the internals from. We came back, we took the engine completely apart, and we pretty much got back to work on getting this bus home. So we installed all new pistons from our donor engine, new connecting rod bearings, new main bearings, a full engine gasket set, and we set the valves. We put a new thermostat in it. We power washed it and everything. We got it running. We backed it down to the driveway. Like I said, we power washed it, and then we headed home. It took us a total of 6 days to get the bus up and running. And about 5 minutes after leaving the guy's house, we actually ended up breaking down. Well, not really breaking down. I just pulled over because the rear brakes were so stuck after sitting so long. And the brakes worked. None of the lines even leaked. But the brakes were stuck in the rear. The calipers were stuck, so we had to beat them really hard to get them to release for me to even be able to drive the bus very fast. So it took us about 8 hours to get home. It was a 5-hour drive, but we stopped every so often and make sure that the engine was okay. We had oil, we had coolant, our brake level was okay, things like that. And we had absolutely no breakdowns the whole way home. We just kind of took our time. The bus can only go about 55. It's a 4-speed. And by the time you get to 55 miles an hour, the engine's already at 4,000 RPM. So it doesn't have a whole lot of RPM in it. So these are pictures beforehand. This is what was in the ad when I found the bus. I want to say thank you to my best friend Caleb, because without him, this would have never happened, because I really, really needed another person to help me with this, and he really came through. He spent 6 days in hotels and cars and sleeping in cars and shit just to help me with this. And it would have never happened without him. So I definitely wanted to just say thank you on this video to him. And I appreciated his help more than anything. Here's the bus sitting at home when we got it home the next day. And I finally power washed it. That's all I've got for you guys right now. But if you want to check in for updates on my channel, I will have them up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.